What if the person who saved your life was the same person you believe killed your hero? Boruto just risked everything to save Konohamaru from Matsuri in Boruto 2 Blue Vortex chapter 21, but here's the harsh reality. It very likely isn't going to change a thing. Konohamaru still thinks that Boruto's a villain, and the reason why has everything to do with one terrifying power, a much underrated power in the fandom, which is Omnipotence. But before we judge Konohamaru, let's dig into the deep, dark truth. Why he's not to blame and why Boruto must continue to shoulder this burden and this pain. Also, as a quick reminder, the chapter review should be coming out depending on the day that we get the leaks, either on the day of the official release, which will be the 20th this month, or a couple of days after the official release. It just depends on when we get the leaks and when I get it recorded. Personal information, I'm at my nephew's kindergarten graduation ceremony this weekend, so I will likely not be able to record Friday night, so it might be delayed for one extra day. Same with the spoilers. If the spoilers drop on Friday, the video for the spoilers might drop like late in the afternoon or something like that, because I'll be gone all morning. So getting right into it, I think the first thing we have to look at is just omnipotence in general, because here's the thing. We need to understand the power that has warped the entire shinobi world. Ada's omnipotence. I'm not going to go over every single detail on how omnipotence works, because I've already done an in-depth video, and one of the editors I've worked with for a very long time edited that video. I'll leave that in the info cards and in the description box for those of you guys who need a refresher. But when activated, basically omnipotence rewrote everyone's memories, twisting reality itself. The world believes that Boruto is now the adopted son who betrayed Naruto, and they all believe Kawaki's lie, thinking that Kawaki's Naruto's kid. They believe Kawaki when he says that Boruto's the one who killed Naruto. Even those who are closest to Boruto, like Mitsuki and Inojin, and yes, even Konohamaru, they've had their minds rewritten. Outside of Sarada and Sumire, nobody else close to Boruto was immune to the Shinjutsu, and we don't even know why yet those two are immune. The thing you have to keep in mind is that none of these characters are pretending. They're not acting. They genuinely believe it. Konohamaru believes that Boruto is a murderer, a traitor, the boy who slaughtered the very person who Konohamaru idolized, Naruto Uzumaki, the guy who Konohamaru swore, I'm going to fight you one day to take the mantle of Hokage. Konohamaru's pain cannot go underestimated, and I think it's very important that we not forget just who Konohamaru idolized Naruto to be. As a child, only a few years younger than Naruto, 4 years younger, Konohamaru worshipped Naruto. He was the reason Konohamaru believed he could grow strong. He was the reason that Konohamaru believed he could be something other than the third Hokage's grandson. Naruto wasn't just a Hokage to him. He was Konohamaru's literal hero, a mentor, a teacher, and the symbol of everything noble in the shinobi world. If we take the manga continuity into account, I mean, Naruto taught Konohamaru the basics of the Rasengan before Naruto left to go train with Jiraiya. That is a really big deal. So when omnipotence altered reality, it made Konohamaru believe Kawaki was Naruto's kid and that Boruto was the one who killed Naruto, because Kawaki said as much. Konohamaru didn't just lose a friend right there. He lost his greatest role model at the hands of the boy who he never wanted on his team, in his eyes anyway. Can you imagine that heartbreak, the guilt, the anger you would be feeling? That's not betrayal, that is trauma. So when Boruto saves him from Matsuri, and just like when Boruto saved Sarada from Hidari, as well as saved Konohamaru from Hidari, the confusion and anger on Konohamaru's face, it isn't just surprise, it's an internal conflict. Why is the boy who murdered Naruto saving me? Here's the twist. Even that heroic act won't be enough to overwrite that false truth that feels more real than anything else. We literally saw it happen last time. Doing it twice isn't going to be enough for Konohamaru to start asking questions just yet, in my opinion. The other thing you have to look at is a deeper reason into why Konohamaru should not be blamed by fans. It's very easy to get mad at Konohamaru. Fans are yelling, "How could you? That's your student. Boruto saved your life. Would Naruto's killer really do this?" I see all the comments on that, and I understand the frustration. Everyone wants Boruto to just have a happy ending, and they want him to stop his suffering now. That's not going to happen. That basically ignores writing tools in general to do that. You do not rush a payoff. This is what we see when we say it is dramatic irony. We know Boruto's innocent, but Konohamaru doesn't. Konohamaru should not be held at fault like I'm seeing in some of the comments. He is a victim of omnipotence, just like everyone else. This isn't ignorance. It's not even manipulation. It's a reality rewritten on a divine level. And it does not operate by the same standards that you see with Genjutsu. Just figuring out, hey, my memories have been altered does not reverse it. Momoshiki's literally told us that. Omnipotence doesn't just change what people remember. It rewrites the emotions that are attached to those memories. And when they try to fight it, as we saw with Shikamaru had been told more than once the truth. And Omnipotence beats him over the head until he accepts it. The only thing that's changed now after talking to Boruto is that Shikamaru is having to actively basically ignore his memories, the same way that Amato did it, the same way that Kashin Koji does it, and even Kashin Koji has the benefits of 10 directions. He's seen everything, and yet he's even told us, in my memory, you are Boruto, the kid who we had in Kara that we made into a cyborg. So someone like Koji with a Shinjutsu still has altered memories. You can't blame Konohamaru. To Konohamaru, Kawaki is that kid who feels like family, like a nephew to him. Boruto's the one that feels like a threat. And that's why even after being saved a second time, Konohamaru's subconscious, it is likely going to reject the possibility that Boruto's innocent. It's going to take not just people like Sada and Sumire confronting the illusion head on, but he's going to have to find something concrete in of himself that he can attach to begin fighting back against omnipotence. For Sasuke, it was seeing his daughter awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan, and Sasuke understood the significance of it. For Amato, it was seeing his daughter's DNA inside of Kawaki and his ninja tech. For Shikamaru, it was he's so much of a hater, the guy said, yo, if Amato's saying our memories are overridden, maybe I need to take a second look at this because I don't like the idea of Amato knowing something I don't know. Konohamaru does not have that anchor yet. Most people are still stuck in this dream. We are literally told that Sada passed out photos of baby Boruto during the time skip and it did nothing. People questioned for a while and then they stopped fighting it, the same way that Sasuke told Boruto, things that are bothering me earlier on, they don't bother me as much now. I can just feel myself letting it go, trying to accept it, but he was continuing to fight because Sada was his anchor. What is Konohamaru's anchor? And that brings us to why this is necessary for Boruto's arc, because we're 2 years removed from omnipotence even being casted, and I still see people not quite sure why Boruto has to suffer like this. It's conflict. That's the short answer. The long answer is that Boruto needs to walk this lonely road, this pain, this exile, this rejection. It's not just for drama. It's something that will forge Boruto into a legend in universe. Think about Naruto's journey. He was shunned, he was hated, he was feared. And over time, he proved people wrong. He didn't just magically save people from Zabuza in the Land of Waves and then everyone in Konoha said, hey fam, good job. We totally want to apologize for treating you like crap before. It took a long time. It took over 400 chapters before Naruto was fully accepted by Konoha. You have to let things cook. This is why you hear me say repeatedly, delayed payoff is good writing. Boruto right now is living that same cycle, just as he told Naruto, I want to learn more about your story. After they defeated Momoshiki, Sasuke literally tells us at the end of Boruto Part 1 that Boruto's basically going to have to prove he's Naruto's son by walking the same path that Naruto had to walk. It is a parallel path. It is different because it is Boruto's story, but there are some overlapping similarities there. And you could argue there are even higher stakes than what Naruto had to go through. He isn't hated for something that he did. He's hated for something he didn't do, and he can't prove his innocence right now. This is a test of character. Will Boruto still protect those who hate him? We see that he will. Will he save Konohamaru in the future, even though Konohamaru might spit in his face? I personally wouldn't do it. I will let Konohamaru die. I am petty. But Boruto, that's a real hero. I'm not a hero. Boruto, that's a hero. That's the story of a boy who could become something even greater than a Hokage. Now, you've heard me say delayed payoff, and I've explained numerous times what delayed payoff means, but you might be asking, why is a rush reveal something that would hurt the story? So, a lot of fans want this to be fixed right now. They want everyone's memories to be fixed. They want hugs, apologies, redemption arcs. But here's the truth. Rushing that ruins the payoff. If every character is suddenly remembered that Boruto's innocent, or they accepted that Sada and Sumire were right and they were wrong this entire time, it would cheapen the emotional weight of what he's having to go through right now. Sumire literally tells us a few chapters ago, Boruto is suffering on the inside because he is alone, because he is carrying a burden on his own. Konohamaru's pain, it's not going to matter. Naruto's sacrifice by getting sealed by Kawaki, that's something that narratively is not going to hold the same weight anymore. And Boruto's struggle up until now is going to feel meaningless. Great storytelling is about an earned resolution. The longer the lie persists, the messier that things get because of the lie. The more that we see moments where Kawaki is confronted with the realization that Boruto will never sell him out, the sweeter the truth is going to feel when it's all revealed and we get the payoff. If Naruto suddenly goes to Orochimaru's hideout and he whoops Sasuke's ass and brings him back to Konoha, it don't hit the same as it does when you get to Naruto chapter 698 and Naruto chapter 699, where Sasuke says, "Hey fam, I lost. You were right." Because we saw Naruto never gave up on Sasuke. Delayed payoff. It only works if we as the audience suffer alongside Boruto first. And the fact that so many of you want Boruto to get a happy ending right now, it speaks volumes to, honestly, the type of character that Ikimoto has managed to create, that you feel that strong of an attachment towards Boruto. So no, Boruto saving Konohamaru likely is not going to change how he sees him. Not yet. And that's okay. Because Boruto isn't saving people for recognition. He wants to be Shadow Hokage. This is fitting. He's doing it because this is the right thing to do. He's doing it because this is who he is. And that's what will make him even greater than Naruto one day. I know it's going to piss some people off, but that's a bold statement, and it's one that I might do a video on in the future. When Konohamaru finally sees the truth, it will be because Boruto never gave up on any of the ideals that Konohamaru helped instill inside of Boruto when they were in that pre-omnipotence world, and Konohamaru was Boruto's teacher. Boruto holding on to that even after the entire world gave up on him, that's what makes that work. Until then, we have to walk with Boruto through the exile, through the pain, even through fate itself. Boruto being a singularity of fate who is meant to shine the light that causes fate itself to diverge from the path it's on. And that's what makes Boruto 2 Blue Vortex a emotionally layered story in the Naruto franchise. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, clicking here on the left to check out more videos from Naruto Explained, click here up top. Check out videos from my One Piece channel, or click here on the right to check out videos from my Anime Explained channel where I talk about non-Naruto content.